What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Awesome Show. Today we're looking at some McFarlane DC Multiverse figures. So today we have various forms of Batman here and some exclusive versions as well. So first off over here we have the Inque as Batman Beyond. So it's pretty much just the Batman Beyond figure once again, but it has the Inque design, so all the blue and black, which I really like the look of that, just the colors. And then we have two Target exclusive figures. We have the gold label version of the Hazmat Batman. So this one has the light up symbol as it says there, so the chest actually lights up. Of course, it's from the Amazo virus storyline, so that's kind of explains the suit. And finally we have the new Batman of Zur-En-Arrh, so again the Target exclusive version where it's the cowled version. That looks pretty cool as well, always a unique design for the Zur-En-Arrh, so very cool set altogether. So let me go and get these out of the box and we'll take a look at them together. So we're starting off with Inque here, which Inque is a female shapeshifter that can change into featureless liquid black form with the powers of metamorphosis, and she was created for the Batman Beyond animated series, and so of course we have her in the Batman Beyond form here. So since she can shapeshift into any form, she shapeshifted into Terry McGinnis version of Batman Beyond here, which looks pretty cool. Like I said, this is probably one of my favorite versions of the Batman Beyond figures so far, just because of the colors. I love the black and blue, just looks so nice. You can see, like, especially there at the chest, the bat logo is now blue instead of the red, as well as like the belt buckle being blue, but the rest of it's still all silver. And then you can see the designs. It's hard to see probably with some of the lighting, but you can see it there throughout the body. It's like a blue, I assume probably for a lot of pieces, a blue underneath with a black wash over the top, so you can still see some of that blue shining through. Like you can see it there on like the gauntlet pieces, of course up on like the chest section and everything, mainly down through the legs and then the wings as well. So there you can really see it on the wings. I just love that look so much of the black and the blue just combination. You can see even some like up on its forehead there as well and on the cheeks. I just love the blue poking through all the blackness. So otherwise, you know, it just looks like a blue version of Batman Beyond, but as you look at it close, you see all that blue popping through and it just looks amazing. So this, like I said, is my favorite so far just because I love the colors of this so much. It looks so nice. Otherwise than that, you know, it's supposed to be the Batman Beyond, so it's probably gonna have a lot of the same stuff, but since it's Inque, she won't have all the exact same powers and contraption, just the look of it overall. But it just looks really nice, and we've already looked at Batman Beyond stuff, so don't really have to go into too much details. But for the body, we can see the head can twist all the way around. You can look down that far and up that far, so not too bad overall, and the head movements there. Shoulders can come up 90, has a little bit of that butterfly joint there. It feels a little bit stiff or stuck on this, so you don't get too much movements, but can rotate all the way around. We get a bicep twist, a double elbow joint that can bend up that far, so mostly up on itself, so that's really good. And then we get the wrist that can twist around and flex back and forth on the ball joint as usual. Then have the ab crunch in the middle, so right along the section there. So gonna have to get in the way out of the wing, so crunch forward, crunch back a little bit there, so a little bit crunching and twisting side to side. And then we have the lower crunch at the waist, so crunch even further forward and even further back, in very little, but it still has that in there. And I believe it can twist around. It's hard with all the pieces and stuff, but I believe it can twist around there, yeah, a little bit as well. And then we got the legs that can come up about 90 degrees, a little bit under there and out to the side, you know, very close to doing the splits. And very little thigh twist, you know, just a little bit of shaking, but a double knee joint that can bend up about that far, can pretty much kick its own butt, but the wings are in the way. And then we get the foot that flexes back and forth on the ball joint, can twist a little side to side, and we have the toe joint on the end. So overall, not bad joints at all. No real major issues, no stiffness or anything too much, so not bad. And it's relatively easy to stand up. It's not the best, but it's not too hard. Now we also have the wings on the back, so we've seen these wings before as well, so I have them folded up here. Both these you can fold them out to the side, so be able to have the wings open like it's flying. So we can just kind of open them straight off the back there, again with that blue and black. I just love that look so much. But you see they have the holes here on the side, so much like the other Batman Beyonds, especially here on the back side of the gauntlet hidden, we have the little like spike looking piece, but that you can stick the arms up and kind of pop them into there, and so it can be able to, like, it's, you know, flying with the wings open, so you can just trying to pop this wide in. So there it is. So there is the Batman Beyond with the wings open and everything, which looks really cool. And like I said, I like the old one because of like the red wings and stuff, you know, really sticks out against the black. But this one with the blue, I wish the wings were just solid blue like the other one was with red. So that looked really cool, but overall looks pretty nice there. And of course we can bring in the comparison. So here is the older Batman Beyond. And now I believe this was the basic release version, like not the exclusive version. I could be wrong with that, but it has the mouse showing as well as this one. So that's why we chose this one over over the one that has the mouth not showing. But otherwise, you can see it's the exact same figure. Again, the difference between the red and the blue between the two figures. But yeah, I definitely like this blue one a lot more. It just is really nice. And with this ink version of Batman Beyond, we also get the display base with the flying base. So of course we can put it in there so it can be flying. So we have the base, we can just stand it on if we want to, but we can make it also up flying. So let's try and clip it in here. So there we have ink up in the air flying as Batman Beyond. So can't really do too much. That's just what I went with for the look there. But we also get some accessories with it. So first off, we have a set of hands. So we have a set of hands here with like the trigger fingers. Again, don't know why we need it because they don't have guns, but I guess you could probably use it for like the batarang or something, since the one here already has like claws and the actual like sharp pointy claws, where this just has like normal style hands. If you can see that there, they just look like normal fingers and everything. So you can switch those hands out if you want them. And we also get a batarang with it again with the blue and the black and stuff. Just looks really nice overall. Again, that go along with it, so that is pretty awesome. And again, I assume that's why you have this hand, to be able to like do the batarang sort of stuff with it. And of course we have the card for the figure, so there's a picture of the figure on the base there, and around on the back, of course, real name is Inque, and it says a shapeshifter who has total control over her liquidized body. Inque can change into any form imaginable, including deadly weapons, to inflict damaging strikes. While she's most often seen in the shape of a normal woman, Inque also takes the appearance of a fearless liquid blob when operating undercover. Whether sneaking into a restricted area or battling an enemy, Inque's unique physiology and super strength make her one of Batman Beyond's most dangerous foes. Now, in an attempt to frame the superhero for a crime he didn't commit, Inque has disguised herself as Batman Beyond and is causing havoc across the city. So there it gives a nice explanation of why it's actually the Batman Beyond version of Inque and everything. So nice explanation overall. Like I said, I really like the look of this. I wish there was a little bit more blue showing through. Probably my only critique of it, but otherwise it's a really nice looking figure. And next up, we have the Target exclusive gold label version of the Hazmat suit Batman. So again, this is from the Amazovirus storyline. So in this, we see Lex Luthor create the Amazovirus, which gives metahuman abilities to normal humans. And it starts off with different symptoms. So like the first stage, you get flu-like symptoms. Then the second stage, you start to develop metahuman powers linked to the person's subconscious. And then stage 3, the cells begin to break down and blood becomes black, the heart bursts, and the brain boils. And then it seems like if they survive any of that, they're now like a zombified version. So in this, we see Batman come up with this hazmat suit, so of course can go out with and not get infected by the virus, although I believe in the storyline his mask does get broken and then he does get infected anyways. But it's a pretty cool suit overall, so it just looks a pretty normal like Batman suit, just like it's all gray this time. And I like how we have the bat logo there on his chest, and I like the blue outline, of course, probably part of the light up features for this figure itself. But then it also has like this Contagion logo around it as well, so kind of fits in with the hazmat suit. But you can see Batman's face, of course, still has like the cowl design and stuff underneath it, which just looks like armor over the top. But you his face underneath there, so the Bruce Wayne face, of course, then the cowl face with the white eyes, and then he has this nice face covering in clear, of course, has some reflecting going on there. But then the tubes going around into the backpack piece or big canister here on his back, with tubes going to the front, and then as well going down into the front section here into him. So pretty nice there. Then he has like the armor pieces up on the shoulders, and then the forearm gauntlets. I like how this one even is like a clear piece that looks like it would be able to like flip up and be able to push different buttons and everything. So that's cool there with the gauntlets. Still has like the yellow, or in this case gold belt there with all the pockets, and then going down his leg he has some like canisters, and then on his legs he got the big armor pieces with the spikes on the front, and then the armor going all the way down his feet there in the silver. So pretty nice color design just with the silver and grays. Looks pretty nice with some black thrown in here and there. And so it's all overall just a really nice looking thing. And of course with this we have the light up feature. So with this you just press on like the backpack piece, and if you press it a certain way, it will like click into place, and the light will stay on like there. So the light's on it. It's very bright. It's so like if you shine it in someone's face in real life, it actually like is pretty blinding. But then the turn off, you just try to click it again and get it to unclick. But let's go do the move. So the head can twist a little side to side there and look down a little bit and up. Pretty good much there actually, but down of course can't get too much because of the armor pieces and then the mask and stuff there, so some limitations there. But then we get the shoulders that can come up 90 degrees, have like the butterfly joint, and can rotate all the way around. We get a bicep twist, the double elbow joint that can bend up that far. I keep hitting the thing on the back so it keeps turning the light on, so not bad there. And then the wrist can twist around and flex on the ball joint. We have the ab crunch, so crunch a little bit forward and a little bit back and forth, so not too much. I'm surprised it even does anything, mostly because of having the light up feature in it, so I'm surprised it really even has anything. But then I'm sure, yeah, there's a lower crunch and stuff at the waist and a twist there as well. The hips can come up about 90 degrees out to the side, can pretty close to doing splits there. A little bit of a thigh twist as well. A double knee joint that can bend up that far to the back, so not too bad at all. And then we get the foot that flexes back and forth on the ball joint, can twist side to side, and has the toe joint on the end. So not a bad figure at all. We just don't have some articulation there in the abs and stuff. Like I said, I assume that's probably because of the light. Like the joints are there, it just doesn't really move too much. But overall, I really like the look of this Batman with the light up feature. I'll try to do a thing of turning the lights off and shining this just so you can maybe see how bright it is. Hopefully the camera will pick that up. So I hope that looked really cool if it did show up. But very nice looking Batman just overall in general. No accessories or anything come with him, probably because of that light up feature, all the costs going into that. But of course he does come with a base, which I do have him standing up, but he is a little bit of rocky maybe with the weight of the canister on the back, or if it's just the feet or what, but we'll go ahead and put him on the base just to help him stand. And of course finally we have the card there. So I like the look of the picture, so his chest is lit up, and then I like the green light they have shining in to give that sort of details to it and stuff, so pretty cool. So yeah, it's from Justice League, the Amazo-Virus, real name Bruce Wayne, and of course a lot of the story has a lot of the same exact stuff we see with Batman before, but it says one such piece of high-tech equipment is the Hazmat bat suit, built to protect from a synthetic plague created by Lex Luthor and known as the Amazo-Virus. If exposed to the virus, metahuman powers will disappear while normal humans will transform into mutated metahumans, but not if Batman can stop it. So there's a little bit more explanation of stuff I may have left out about the Amazo-Virus and stuff, but just wanted to hit on that there. So very nice looking Batman overall. So I do know they did make this the normal version where it doesn't have the light up feature, but I think with having something like this, with it built in, you just would want to go all out and get the light up feature version because I think it's really cool. And finally, we have the Target exclusive Batman of Zur-En-Arrh, which looks pretty cool overall. I just really like the look of this. So it looks more just like your modern Batman, but with the Zur-En-Arrh outfit. So the purple, red, and yellow. So that just really stands out a lot and pretty weird for Batman. But overall, has a really nice look to it. And so there's been multiple versions of this of Batman. Like the original one, it was a scientist, Solano, I think his name is, teleports Batman to his planet of Zur-En-Arrh to help him become his planet's version of Batman. And so this is that scientist like outfit and stuff. His version, on their planet of Batman is what he wears. But in more modern comics, we see a Dr. Hurt use drugs on Bruce Wayne and uses the trigger of Zur-En-Arrh, which was believed to be his father's last words to him, of Zorro of Arkham. And doing this would send a hallucinated Batman out into the streets of Gotham with this makeshift costume that he wore, which with the makeshift stuff looks pretty cool because you can see a lot of like the stitching and everything in there. But just again, a various form of Batman that looks really cool. I just love the look of the colors and everything, just stands out a lot. So it just looks like a candy colored version of Batman here that I really like a lot. But it has the normal cow piece of the cow with the ears, covering his face, the cape coming down with the purple. I like the cutouts on the back as well. And then in the center, we have the red with the nice little like spike sticking out to the side there. And again, you can see the like sword stitches, the fatter bat version there with some extra little wing pieces, and the yellow in the back, which is nice. Yellow arms going down into purple gauntlets. We have the purple like underwear with a yellow belt there, which has a weird like just circle designs there. Again, the red going down the legs with that stitching, which is cool, into the purple boots as well. So I just like the colors more than anything to add to the look of this figure. But we can go and do movements, so the head can twist all the way around there, which is pretty good. Can look down just about that far and up a little bit there. So not the best movements overall, but better than some figures. Shoulders can come up about 90. Again, have that like butterfly joint there. Of course, rotate around within there as well. We get a bicep twist, the double elbow joint that bends up that far on itself. Wrist can twist around. Feels a little bit stiff, but can flex on the ball joint. We have the ab crunch in the middle, so crunch forward, crunch back. Again, mostly back on this figure, but can twist side to side. And I assume has the lower crunch and twist there as well. Yeah, it feels like it. Hips can come up under 90. Feels like the underwear pretty tight there. So under 90 out to the side, do the splits. A little bit of a thigh twist in there. A double knee joint that bends up that far to the back. Not too far off from kicking his own butt. And then we get the foot that flexes back and forth, which unfortunately on him, his ankles are really weak. So he falls pretty easily, but the ankles can rock back and forth, twist a little side to side, and has the toe joint on the end. So not bad overall for movements, but like I said, his ankles are really weak, so getting him to stand up is difficult. He keeps either falling forward or backward. But because of that, hopefully he'll stand up on the base. But he also comes with some additional accessories. If we get a bat, which is pretty cool. So we get this brown bat with the spikes on the end of it, which is pretty dang awesome. So we have the bat will stick into his hand, as well as a knife. So a knife with a brown handle, of course, big and thick, as a lot of the McFarlanes are. That really annoys me, but overall looks pretty nice with the silver blade and stuff. So let's go and put put these in its hands. So there I got the baseball bat and the knife in his hands. Pretty difficult because his hands are so tight, so I had to like kind of get him stretched out to be able to put the weapons in his hands at all. But that looks pretty cool there with having the baseball bat and the knife. So having those weird weapons to go along with this weird looking Batman is just pretty cool overall, just with the design and everything. So weird version of Bruce Wayne Batman, but pretty cool just overall with the design and looks and everything. I think it pulls it off really well and is a really cool looking figure. But then we have the card, so there's the figure on a nice display piece. Around the back, of course, says real name Bruce Wayne. And for his story, once again, goes along the details of normal Batman stuff. But it says some time ago, Bruce Wayne took part in an isolation experiment overseen by Dr. Simon Hurt, in which the psychiatrist gave Bruce the post-hypnotic phrase Zur-En-Arrh. When heard by Bruce years later, this trigger phrase shatters his mind and leaves him wandering Gotham City in a daze. Always ready with a backup plan, though Batman had previously developed a persona within himself, a Batman without Bruce Wayne, and stitches together a new Batsuit, calling himself Batman of Zur-En-Arrh. So again, a little bit more explanation there of the background of the creation of the character and stuff and the more modern versions and all that. But once again, like I said, a very cool looking character. I just wish his ankles were a little bit better so it was easier just to get him to stand up. Well, there's our 3 McFarlane Batman figures we looked at today, with the ink version of Batman Beyond that I absolutely love, and then our 2 Target exclusive versions of Batman, of the Hazmat suit Batman with the light up chest, which is cool, as well as the Batman of Zur-En-Arrh. So all 3 of these figures are really cool. I like the light up features on this one. The overall look of the Batman of Zur-En-Arrh is cool. I just wish, like I said, the joints were a little bit better so it could get him to stand up and pose a little bit easier. But then the ink version of Batman Beyond just looks so good. I absolutely just love the colors and everything of that. That makes me love that. Otherwise, it's just Batman Beyond that we've had already. But let me know what you thought of these 3 figures down in the comments, and if you enjoyed my review, let me know with a thumbs up. But I want to thank you all for watching. I hope you all stay awesome out there, and I'll see you in our next review.